Hey everybody, this is Matt from Brushless RC Motor. Wanted to go ahead and show you what I'm doing to the Duratrax Evader EXT2. In the process of taking a stock brushed one, converting it to brushless, which I already have done. But what I went ahead and did now is I changed out the spur gear to a 32 pitch spur that I was able to mod and put on the truck. So of course running 32 pitch spur and pinion, and which is a lot stronger than the old stock 48 pitch, excuse me. So basically, I'll show you how I did this. Remove one piece at a time here. Okay, I wanted to go ahead and do the 32 pitch because I'm not going to leave this particular brushless motor in here forever. For now, while I'm kind of messing around, it works fine, but I'm going to actually juice it up to something a lot stronger later on. Okay, basically I took the slipper assembly from the brushless Evader EXT2, put the back slipper plate on the shaft, went ahead and took a 32 pitch spur gear. I believe it's from a Traxxas Slash, if I remember correctly. I'll put the part numbers on my webpage and also at the tags underneath the description here. What I ended up doing was I took a Dremel tool and I just filed down the 3 holes for their slipper pad assembly, slipper clutch assembly, and made it smooth. Once it was smooth, I went ahead and took a slipper pad, cut off just the corners, and CA glued them in place on either side of the gear. Okay, so this is what the finished product looks like. Okay. And basically what I ended up doing then was I went out and I found a bearing for the center of it. It's a 5mm inner diameter, 1mm outer diameter, and 4mm depth. What ends up happening here is you go ahead and put that on, and then the slipper plate goes right inside of that pad. So at this point, you can do pretty much anything you want. This is probably the smallest one I'm going to go on this. This is a 50 tooth. And what I'll be able to do on this is actually change out my pinion. So currently, I have my pinion set up as a 20 tooth and my spur gear set up as a 50. I'm going to go ahead and do a few test runs on this first. It gets light out again tomorrow, that is, and see what it's actually running like from there. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a program I found online I've been using for a few months now, and it actually helps you determine what speed to expect. It depends on your setup, what kind of transmission gear ratio you have, differential, your spur gear, pinion, weight of the truck, tire size, all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and reposition the camera and show you what I'm talking about, and hope this mod helps. I know it should give me some better options for my gearing on this thing. All right, thanks. Hey guys, I'm back. Wanted to go ahead and show you a website I found. It's www.scriptasylum.com. I'll go ahead and put a link down under the description of my YouTube video here. But it's basically a setup guide that allows you to try to pick what miles per hour you're trying to reach. And you go ahead and add in all your specs here. I'm shooting for roughly 55 miles per hour on my Evader EXT2. That's just a number I threw in there just to see what would happen. My weight on the truck is probably about 4.2 pounds. I went ahead and guessed a little bit heavy just in case I missed something. My differential gear ratio is 3.2, and then the transmission is 1:1. I do not have an additional gear ratio. No other gears in the truck. My spur gear is the 32 pitch 50 tooth spur gear. I'll go ahead and put the part number for that down as well. And right now I will be testing the system on some 2.2 bow ties from Proline. Okay, once you get that set up, what your desired speed is, the rest of your specs in there. Some vehicles are actually going to be in here, differential and transmission. You can actually scroll down and try to find them. Duratrax Evaders are not. unfortunately, so you have to know the gear ratios. Same thing for the transmission. They've got a bunch of Traxxas associated, HPI, all the other ones that are in there. Okay, anyways, I filled out all that information. You click go to step 2, and basically what ends up showing up here is you've got your motor KV. Again, the KV is an unloaded motor, basically a motor that's not connected to any gear or any drivetrain or your truck, anything. Just off the battery pack alone, it will reach so many revolutions per minute per volt applied to the motor. So in other words, my motor is a 3930 kV, which means that if I apply 1 volt, the motor should reach 3,930 kV per minute. If I apply 10 volts, it's going to be 39,360 kV per minute, and so forth. Basically, excuse me, they have a slide scale here, so I can't get my exact kV in here. It shows 3936, but my motor is actually 3930. That's as close as I could get. Down here below that, you've got the battery voltage. First pack I'm going to test is an 8.4 volt 7-cell nickel metal hydride. And then down here you've got the scale for your pinion tooth count. Okay, basically what this is telling me right now with the information I put up top is my motor RPM, and here's the important thing. Right now, my current setup, I should be getting about 45 miles per hour out of the truck. Okay, that's if everything is adjusted correctly. Down here, it also gives you an idea of what amp draw you're going to have and what kind of burst rate you could reach up to. That depends on if your ESC can handle it and your battery connections can actually support that amount of amperage coming out. But the good thing here is right now it's showing me 45 miles per hour. What I want to do is go ahead and juice it up to see what I can get to once I hit my LiPo. So once I get to right around a, let's see here, 11.2, which is roughly a LiPo battery, so 11.1 volt, but again the slide scale doesn't get exact. That's going to take me from 45 miles an hour up to 60 miles per hour right there. Okay, and if I wanted to go ahead and increase the size of my pinion, I'd be able to do that and watch what happens to the speed. Okay, one tooth gets me another 2.5 miles an hour, and so forth. I can go on. Let's say I wanted to go crazy and go up to about a 25 tooth. Now, theoretically, the truck would be able to go about almost 74 miles an hour. Probably going to have a hard time keeping it on the ground, keeping the nose down and whatnot. So in order to keep the nose down, lower the suspension, change the tires, also put some weight in the front of it, which is going to slow it down a little bit. So I have a hard time believing that I'd reach that. But we'll see what happens. I've done some crazy things before, so you never know. Anyways, this is my current setup. Happy that I switched over to the 32 pitch, and I will go ahead and make a video of it tomorrow driving around, and you guys can see what I've got right now. But I should be able to reach right around 45 miles per hour top speed with my current setup. All right, thanks for watching, guys.